Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia. So welcome back to another Sims discussion video. So today we're going to be talking about how long I think The Sims 4 has left, packs that I think they'll come out with for the remaining amount of time, all of that. We already talked about The Sims 5. Obviously I have to mention that a little bit because the reason I'm talking about this is because The Sims 5 is supposed to be announced at the Sims Summit stream next month. There's no confirmation of this. I say supposed to be because someone who predicts a lot of things with games named Jeff Grubb is saying that they're going to most likely announce The Sims 5 at the Sims Summit stream. If you guys don't know who that is, I did a recent video basically talking all about this. It has Sims 5 in the title. If you want to go there, there's a link down below that leads you to an article, and then there's a video link there where you can listen to Jeff Grubb talk about this. He's predicted a lot of things in the past, and he recently predicted the Nintendo Direct and all of that. I don't really know, but he just has a lot of knowledge, and he's been correct for a lot of things, so there is definitely a chance. But because of all that news, that led me to want to make this video. So if The Sims 5 is going to be announced next month, that would mean there's still quite a bit until it would actually come out. Honestly, companies can, choose when they want to announce games. They could announce a game when it's going to release in 6 months, a year, 2 years. Pair Lives was announced very early on. It honestly just depends. I feel like they announced the next Sims generation about a year to a year and a half before the next one's going to come out. So for example, The Sims 4 was announced on May 6, 2013, and then it released in September 2014. So that was almost a year and a half, a year and 4 to 5 months ish. So that's another thing I do want to say, don't worry if you don't want The Sims 5 yet. I definitely think it's a while off, and they've talked about how there's still going to be more Sims 4 content. So I don't think we have to worry. And then also there could be a chance that they might actually continue releasing Sims 4 content when The Sims 5 releases. I know they don't usually do that. I feel like that is a possibility this time around, only because a lot of people are saying that, they've put a lot of money into The Sims 4, so they're not even going to purchase The Sims 5 when it first comes out. And then, there's the other side where they're like, oh my god, I want The Sims 5, I'm going to purchase it right away. It honestly just depends. And so I feel like obviously EA knows that, so who knows what's going to happen. But let's talk about the packs that I think are remaining. So I'm not going to talk about kits or anything because I definitely think kits are going to be releasing for who knows how long. I can actually see kits releasing when The Sims 4 is quote unquote finish releasing content. When I say that, I mean finished with all the actual packs. I could see them still releasing little DLC, little kits here and there because they're kits. I don't know. I could just totally see that happening. And I guess from a business standpoint, that would make sense to do for the people who still play The Sims 4 when The Sims 5 is here. So I have a feeling that's gonna happen. Before we continue this, let's do our notification shout out, and this one goes to EXO Stay Strong. Oh my god, yes, I've been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley and it's so good. I don't know if you got the game, so I'm not gonna say any spoilers, and also for any of you guys watching if you don't have it yet. But I'm obsessed with it. I got it on my computer and then I got it on my Switch. And so now I've been playing on my own. I was going to do a series on it, but then I'm like, wait, I don't know. Because it gives me Animal Crossing vibes and those games are really good for my mental health. So I'm like, should I just keep this off YouTube and play it on my free time? I don't know. I can't decide yet. There could end up being a Disney Dreamlight Valley series. I don't know. But right now I'm just playing on my own and I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice way to just calm my brain. So we'll definitely have to see. But thank you so much for your comment. If you guys want a chance to be in a notification shout out, all you gotta do is comment down below. So back to what we were talking about. So I was saying, I could see them continuing to release kits when all the packs are complete. But as for actual packs, so I honestly think if The Sims 5 does get announced next month and there's a year to a year and a half worth of Sims 4 content left, I actually think that is the perfect amount of time for the amount of packs that I think they're going to release. I could be completely wrong, but I think they're going to release some more supernatural packs. We know that they're dividing them all up. We keep getting them all separately in game packs. I don't see them wrapping up The Sims 4 without doing fairies for sure. I definitely think that's gonna happen. That would be really weird to me if they didn't do fairies. I just think that's next. We have our vampires, we have our witches, our spellcasters, but we have werewolves, and now we're missing fairies. That might be the last one. There is obviously other supernaturals they could do, but I feel like that's the main ones we always get. So I could see them wrapping it up. We also, of course, have aliens and mermaids, but as far as the ones that have come out in game packs, I think fairies will be the last one, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Do you guys think we'll come out with something else other than fairies? I just don't see that happening. That's the last one I want. I've been waiting forever for fairies, and of course it seems to be the one that'll be last. But I think it's because fairies is usually the least requested, isn't it? isn't vampires always like way up there? Like everyone wants vampires. And then I know werewolves is also very requested. I think the top two for every Sims game is always vampires and witches. So I can understand like, you know, the order they release them in. I feel like fairies aren't as popular, but I think for players like me, if you're like me and you're like more of a family player and you do more realistic stuff, and even if you're not doing family gameplay, you're still always doing realism and like drama, stuff like that, I feel like a lot of us really want fairies because they're like, I don't know, supernatural is not part of our regular gameplay, but fairies are like, maybe it's just me. I'm just going to speak for myself. I could see myself having a fairy in my family household, even though it doesn't like align with my realistic gameplay. I don't know why. But like if I was doing like a realistic family story, I wouldn't really put a vampire or a werewolf in there, but I would put a fairy. I don't know why. I don't know if that's weird or what, but yeah, I definitely just feel like even in The Sims 3, I loved fairies the most. I also love cutesy things and fairies are adorable. I love the wings and everything, so I don't know. And then there was a fairy mod and I remember being obsessed with that when that came out. I did like a whole video on it and I was like so blown away. So yeah, I definitely think fairies are coming. Other than that, for supernaturals, I feel like they're gonna wrap it up. Like I said, there's other things they could do, like we need genies and stuff, but something tells me that's not happening. Or if it does, they're probably gonna put in an expansion pack. So that's what I think is gonna be for the last supernatural pack. And then for other game packs, honestly, guys, like, I don't know if there's gonna be any more game packs. Again, I could be wrong, but like, what else would they do for a game pack? I'm trying to think, like, unless they do the hotels pack, then I don't really know what else they would do. So, you know, a lot of us have talked about the potential of getting a hotels pack. I think there's been surveys where they've like mentioned running a hotel or something, right? I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been any talk about it for a while and it could be in the works. Yeah, honestly, like if we do get 2 more game packs, I feel like it would be fairies and then a hotel one. I don't know what that would be called, where you get to run a hotel. I just like don't know because obviously they came out with Island Living and it's like that was kind of, you know, their chance to do the hotels and resorts and they didn't. Is it because they want to break it up in multiple packs and give it to us in a game pack, or are they just not doing that? We've never really been told. So who knows if that's something that's going to be coming or not. I'm really curious. I really want hotels and resorts, but at this point I almost like don't care. Like, I don't know. I think it's because The Sims 4 has been going on so long and I never know what to expect anymore. Like, even the high school years pack, like, all of a sudden, that leak happened out of nowhere and I was like, wait, what? Like, everyone was so shocked. The werewolves just came out and then all of a sudden there was the high school years leak and then it came out so fast too. The Sims team has been dropping content really fast, very unexpectedly. We've definitely seen surveys in the past for like a high school kind of pack. I just didn't think it was gonna happen and then all of a sudden it was happening so fast and it was like, oh my gosh. So as for expansion packs, that's hard because I would have said generations, but now I'm like, I don't know. I've talked about this already. Like now that we got the high school years pack, I'm like, there's no way they're doing generations. I still think they could, but will they? Very doubtful. I'm very doubtful of that. Like the reason I say I still think they could and could make enough content out of it is because generations, like a lot of people ask me like, what is generations? If you started playing in The Sims 4, you might not know what generations is. So like long story short, it's basically like a pack that focuses on every single generation and it gives us new things for every generation and focuses on the generations of life. So AKA basically everything you go through in real life, it's kind of what it has, and it has like more family activities. Like in The Sims 3, there was more just like special family moments. Like there was a video camera where you could make home movies. So like, let's say your toddler's walking for the first time, you could record it. Like someone could be teaching them to walk because in The Sims 3, the toddlers had to learn to walk. So you could be teaching them to walk and you could get your sim, like another sim could videotape them and like get the toddler's very first steps on camera. And then it would like actually turn into like a little home movie. And then your sims could put it on the TV and watch it. And it was like a cute way to like have your sims remember things and like, so cute. So I think that would be a great thing for generations. And then I also think we really need like a proper memory system. Some people say like there already is one in The Sims 4, but like it's not a real memory system. It's kind of just like a picture system. Like it doesn't make your sims remember anything. It's literally just for you to take pictures and you can like add an emotion onto them and like write down. It's kind of for you, not your sims. Like it doesn't do anything for them. And I feel like it's like not meaningful at all. Not to mention if you have multiple different saves, all the pictures get mixed together. Like that's so confusing. That is not a memory system. I'm sorry. Like, that is not what I mean when I say memory system. If you have played The Sims 2 and 3, you know what I mean. In The Sims 2, the Sims like actually had a panel where it would show all their memories and it would affect them and they would remember that. Then in The Sims 3, they had like a whole book that was filled with all their memories. And it was their memories, not for us, for them, you know, like it impacted their life. And so it just created that more like meaningful, in-depth connection for our Sims. So that's perfect for generations. I definitely think they could add that in. When it comes to like, okay, there is still a lot of things they could put in generations for the kids to experience. Like in The Sims 3, I'm pretty sure Generations is the pack that came with tree houses and the option to have slumber parties, and it was like an actual event. Like everyone came in their pajamas and they would all sleep in sleeping bags. It was so cute. But yeah, there was a lot of different things for the kids that I feel like they could put in a Generations pack in Sims 4 that's not in there yet. But then there's other things that are already added in Parenthood, already added in the wedding pack, already added in now high school years. Like for the teenagers, there's not much more they could do unless we get cars, and then they could have like teens be able to learn to drive, go get their driver's license, stuff like that. But like now there's a whole bunch of high school stuff that could have been in Generations. So like I just don't see that happening. We all have been talking about how like it seems like they're dividing all the Generations features into separate packs, which I'm okay with. But with that said, I'm like, what else could they do? Like they've already divided the wedding portion, which also included like, you know, wedding parties, all of that stuff. It just includes a whole bunch of things that are just, you know, things that happen around your wedding time. And then now the high school years, that includes like everything for the teenagers. It's missing a few things, but like overall, you know, now the teenagers actually have a lot of things for them. And yeah, obviously we're still missing like a full pack for children and for elders, but like I feel like there's not enough to make a whole expansion pack for those age groups, and we already have way too many things for adults to do. So I'm just like, what other expansion pack would they make that would be like pulling out features from a Generations pack and making it its own pack? I feel like they're done with it. Like I honestly think that's done. Like I don't know if we're gonna get any more like family packs or anything like that. I do think we need more stuff for the kids, but I can't even think like what type of pack they could do other than like a smaller pack, right? Even when it comes to a game pack, what could they give us that would be enough content for children in a whole game pack? Because game packs have quite a bit of stuff. Going back to game packs, there is actually one more thing I want to mention. I think another game pack they could potentially give us is another vacation type one, like Jungle Adventure. I feel like, you know, there is a few more things they could do there. I mean, we have Island Living for like a tropical type of thing, but like that's not really a vacation pack. We still don't technically have the ability to go on like a true tropical vacation, like one that feels like The Sims 2. In The Sims 2 Bon Voyage, you could go on vacation and pick like different areas like camping. There was like a resort, like beach sort of one. You could stay in a hotel, and that just had like a whole vibe to it. Like I remember having my Sim, you know, book their hotel, and it really felt like a hotel, but like a smaller hotel, but like it felt like realistic. And then I would have her always, she was like staying right by the water. I remember this so well. And then she'd always go out and suntan every morning and then go take a swim. It was like the most relaxing thing ever. I can't explain it, like the vibe, but like if you haven't seen The Sims 2 Bon Voyage, definitely watch some videos on it, like let's plays and stuff, because it's just a whole mood. But I don't even know if they would do that. Like if they do the hotels and resorts, then that would be the perfect thing to put it in. Like make it so we can run a hotel and resort, or one or the other. Like I'm cool with that if it's just hotels or just resorts. And then like, you know, we get a new mini vacation world. I can definitely see them doing that, but I don't know, because now there is the ability to have like a vacation home in any world. So then that makes me wonder if they even will do any more vacation packs, you know? Like I don't know about that. I think the only way it would be worth it to do that is if they did like a whole hotel system, because then it would be something separate from a vacation home. So yeah, there's another game pack that I think is a possibility. As for stuff packs, I do think, you know, if the kits weren't a thing, I think we'd be getting more stuff packs. I think stuff packs are over with. I mean, we all know this. We've all been saying this. Like, I don't know. I don't see that happening. It sucks because I feel like stuff packs were actually getting really good, and then they kind of just disappeared. Like they ended with a bang though. I definitely will say that. They ended off in a really good direction. See, this is another thing. Like with it seeming like stuff packs are officially forever done. I mean, if like certain packs are starting to like stop being made, I think that's also a sign. Like The Sims 4 has been slowly coming to an end on releasing content for a while now. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, when it comes to expansion packs, something I think that is definitely likely is a band pack. I don't want to push The Sims to make a band pack in any sort of way, just because I know the band pack is like something that some people really want, and then some people are like, no, that's a bad idea. And I don't know how I feel. So like I don't know if I want it or don't want it. It's like not something I care for, but that means that if it did come, I might love it or I might not care for it. When I kind of just like don't have an opinion on if a pack comes or doesn't come, there's always a chance that I might fall in love with it, but there's that chance that it might just be kind of meh to me. But I know there's some people who really want a band pack. I could see that being a whole expansion pack. That might seem extra, but you have to remember they did a whole expansion pack on Get Famous. And I think it all comes down to what they do. It could also be a game pack, but I think what the people who do want a band pack, if they want it done right, I have a feeling it's going to have to be an expansion pack because they're going to need new skills. There's probably going to be new careers. I feel like there'd be more than one. I don't know. There'll be different kinds of bands. They're going to need the option to be able to create a band. Like, you know, kind of working like the whole club system, but different. I feel like it would need to be a whole new system for sure. You know, you can name your band, invite Sims to be in your band. Maybe Sims will have to like try out to get into your band. They could do a whole world where there's like a lot of band groups that live there. They could make it where there's a whole concert system, like concerts happen. So depending on what they do, I definitely think that could be an expansion pack. Other than that, I'm just like, what the hell else would be an expansion pack? I don't know. If you guys know, comment down below. Like if you've seen any surveys that kind of leads you to believe there might be another expansion pack on something that I'm not talking about in this video, definitely let me know. A lot of the ideas that I have for the remaining of The Sims 4 is all game packs. I don't know why. Like I think the content that I feel like might come out is going to be coming out within the next year or so. And then I feel like there's not much else to do. And that's why I feel like The Sims 5 is going to come after that. So yeah, I think this is honestly perfect timing to announce The Sims 5. And then I definitely think we're getting fairies. I definitely think maybe a band pack. I think that's very likely. And then maybe like a hotels type of pack or just like another vacation pack in general. I feel like if there's still going to be a vacation pack, there'll only be one more. And I think it'd be weird if it wasn't like something to do with getting hotels. But you never know what could happen. Who knows? There is like so many different places in the world, so there's actually a lot of vacation packs they could do. I just think they'd only do one more, and it could be something none of us expect. And then I think kits will release as long as they possibly can. I think those will release even when all the other packs are done, because the kits aren't even technically packs. I always say like kit pack, but technically it's not a pack. That's just like a bad habit. So yeah, I feel like kids can definitely continue releasing even when The Sims 4 is like quote unquote complete. Also, I do just want to note when I say like I think The Sims 4 is coming to an end in like a year or so, I did get a comment thinking that I meant The Sims 4 is coming to an end as in like it's gonna be gone. That's not what I mean when I say that. I just mean that like the content is gonna wrap up. Like you can still you'll still be able to purchase The Sims 4 just how like you can still purchase The Sims 3. But yeah, there's only so much content they can do. So anyways, I don't want to get my hopes up, but this is what I'm thinking is gonna happen, and I think it's the perfect time to announce The Sims 5. So let me know if you guys think they're kind of gonna go in the same direction. I don't know what the next pack might be. I feel like if they're gonna have two expansion packs this year, then we're due for an expansion. But if not, then I'm thinking the last pack for this year is going to be a game pack and maybe fairies, but I'm also not entirely sure because we did just get werewolves. But again, if there's not that many packs left to release, then they could release two supernatural packs like close together. You never know. I don't think there's been any hints or anything like that, so I honestly can't say like what order things might release in or like what's coming, what's not, all that. But these are just like my thoughts and speculation. But I just wanted to share all my thoughts with you guys. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys also so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.